Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Um, Today I will present my presentation about the big data management, and here I will be using the mind map, and this is about big data management. And here you can see that there are several keywords that I try to highlight here, like big data characteristic and then skill, MuSQL, MapReduce, Amazon AWS, and then MongoDB, SQL, batch processing, distribute, centralize, and Lambda architecture. And now we will talk about the big data. Big data is like data with the larger set and also the complex that difficult to handle on hand with the management tool. So that's why we need to handle with the big data. In the big data, there is several V that we know like volume and then velocity and then variety, veracity, variability, value, and then also vulnerability and velocity and also visualization. It's like nine V that we will know and also that we will expand later. And now we will talk about the volume. Volume is the amount of data is huge, like terabytes and then petabytes and etc. And also for the example, it's like social media posts and then sensor data, transaction logs, and also storage limitation, processing speed and cloud storage, distribute computing. Is like Hadoop and also Spark. And now we talk about the velocity. Velocity is like data is generated very fast and need to be processed quickly. Livestock market data, real-time fraud detection. This is the example implementation, also the advantages using the velocity. Then disadvantages is like hard to process in real time. And for the implementation in the real business on in the real application is like stream processing using Apache Kafka and Spark streaming. And actually, from this one, we will talk about the definition from the V. It's like velocity, and also we will talk about the what the advantages and also disadvantages, and also the implementation for each of the V from big data characteristic. Okay, now we talk about the variety. Variety is like data come in different types and formats, and also it's like text, image, video, structure, and also unstructured data. And it's like difficult to integrate and analyze. And for the implementation, it will using the AI based classification and also data transformation tools. And then we talk about the value. Value is data should be useful and provide business insight and also customer behavior analysis and also predictive analysis. And difficult using value because hard to extract meaningful insight. And for the implementation, we can using with the data analytic tools like Tableau and then also Power BI. And now we move to the veracity. Veracity is like data can be uncertain and also incomplete or incorrect. For example, it's like fake news and also the incorrect customer details. The disadvantages is like leads to bad decision and also lower trust. For the implementation, it will be using for data cleaning and also AI-driven verification. And now about the variability. Variability is data meaning change over time, like social media trends and also language change. And the disadvantages is like inconsistent analysis, and the implementation is like AI driven, adaptability, and also trend analysis. Now we move to the visualization. Data should be easy to understand and stroke the graphs or chart, and also can using the dashboard, heat maps, the report, And the disadvantages is like hard to make complex data readable. For example, it's like data visualization tools using Power BI and also Tableau. And then there is a vulnerability. Vulnerability is data needs protection from breach and misuse is using for cybersecurity threats and also data leaks. um, for the disadvantages is like privacy issues and also compliance issues. Encryption, for the example, is like implementation for the encryption and also access control, GDPR compliance. And fallibility is like data relevant change over time, expiring data, temporary logs, keeping outdated data can cause error. Also, data lifecycle management automatic detection policies. So from the big data, the characteristic of big data we can know about the volume, velocity, variety, veracity, variability, value, and then visualization, vulnerability, and volatility. So there is 9 V that we must know about the characteristic of big data. And now we want to more know about the characteristic of variety in big data. There is like five. Structured data, data in a fixed format like database and also spreadsheet. And unstructured data is like data without a predefined structure like email, video, and image and audio. And for semi-structured data with the some organization but not strict, like XML and then JSON file and others. And also multi-format data exists in various format like text, audio, video, and then also sensor data. And also, the characteristic from the variety is multi-source data from different source like social media, IoT, and then financial record and others. And the last one, the characteristic is like dynamic and also statistic. Dynamic means that the data can change frequently, like in social media. Okay, now we move to the veracity on business decision making. Data veracity is the refers to accuracy and reliable data, and most of the time, the data veracity is like data quantity and data quality. So means that we must get the data with the high quality and high quantity. Impact of using the dirty data in industry is like for healthcare. Incorrect patient data can lead to wrong treatment, also misdiagnose disease due to the incorrect medical history. That's the impact of using dirty data. If we cannot get the quality and also the quantity data, so there is like several impact. And the impact also for the finance is like inaccurate financial data can be cause loss of fraud, and also a company accidentally record an employee salary as like $10,000 instead of 1,000 in payroll system. And now we talk about how big data transform industries. So here we have like five industries that we want to talk, like business. In the business, big data transformation being customer analysis and then market trend and also prediction. For the example, it's like Google analyze source pattern to improve ad targeting. And in the government, the example is like smart city planning and also crime prediction and also traffic flow optimization and predictive policy. And in technology, that transform being AI and also recommendation system. Netflix recommending movie based on the past views, and also YouTube when we play the video YouTube, and after we play the YouTube, we can get the recommendation and also several things that we can see that. And then we talk about the logistic. Logistic is like supply chain optimization and also real-time tracking. and then Amazon predicting demand to stock warehouse efficiently, and last about the medical research using genomic analysis and also drug discovery, I helping in cancer detection through medical imaging. And now we will talk about the concept of velocity in big data. Definition: velocity means how fast data is generated and processed. The significant from the velocity in big data is like important for real-time decision making, also fraud detection and live monitoring. Real world example from the big data concept of velocity in big data is like in finance, a stock trading system analyzing price in millisecond, and also in the retail e-commerce platform updating inventory and pricing dynamically. And big data is extremely large and complex dataset that can require advanced tool and technology to store and process and also analyze the data. And challenge of big data, there is the first one is about the storage issue. Storage issue is like large data volume require scalable solution, and also processing the speed, handling and analyzing data in real time is difficult. And also about the data quality, incorrect or incomplete data can lead to wrong insight, and also the security risk like data breach and authorized access are major concern. And integration complexity, combining structure and unstructured data is challenging. So there is like five challenge of big data is like storage issue, processing speed and data quality and security risk, and also integration complexity. Now we will move to the scale up and also scale out. Scale up is like vertical scaling, scale out is horizontal scaling. What's the mean? Scale up or vertical scaling is like adding more resource like CPU, RAM, storage to single server to handle more loads, upgrading a database server with more RAM and faster processor, and also easy to implement, require fewer changes to software. But when we try to implement this one, this it will be expensive, has physical limit, and also a single point of values. That's the scale up vertical scaling. Now we will talk about the scale out, like horizontal scaling, adding more machine or server to distribute to load across multiple system, a web application using multiple server instead of the one to handle traffic, more fault tolerant, better scalability, but require complex architecture and load balancing. And how now we will talk about the fault tolerance in distribute and centralized architecture. What is the distribute architecture and what is the centralized architecture? Architectures is like data is spread across multiple machines or nodes. So if one fails, the system keep running. So imagine that we have several machines, but when we're running and one of the machine is like value, the other is still running. For example, it's like Google spreads its data and processing across thousands of servers worldwide. And centralized architecture is like one main system control everything, but backup help recover from failures. For example, it's like a bank main server stores customer transaction, and if it fails, a backup server restore to the data. And now we will talk about the trade-off in the capitalism. Definition: the capitalism state that in a distributed database, you can only prioritize two or three, like consistency, ability, and partition tolerance. So the capitalism is depend on instead of the consistency, ability, and also partition tolerance. Consistency and partition tolerant or CB is like system always correct but might be slow or available. Maybe slow or available like transaction, banking transaction, ensuring money transfer are correct even if you have to wait. And also CA like consistency, availability, system always correct and network available but file if the network break if network files, and also single node database like local bank branch, and also transaction no network values, no problems. And about the availability but and partition tolerant or AP is like system always available but data may be outdated. Data may be outdated, and then like DNS, CDNS, social media feeds, user always access content even if it's all. Now we talk about the strict consistency versus eventual consistency. Strict consistency is every read return the most recent word, like ensure correctness all the time, reliable for transaction, slower performance, and also require more coordination. Financial system like bank transaction must be accurate. That the strict consistency. Every read return the most recent word, but the eventual consistency is like data updates are not immediately visible to all users but will synchronize over time. The advantages is like faster performance, highly scalable, handle network values, and also user may see all the data. For example, in the social media, a new user, new post may take time, a few seconds to appear everywhere. Tips for the strict consistency for and also eventual consistency is like eventual consistency fast now accurate later. That's the eventual, but the strict consistency is like always right but maybe slow. Now we talk about the sharding and also replication in big data. Sharding is like dividing a large database into smaller parts across multiple servers. Why it used like boot speed and it's also the scalability. Real world example like Twitter splitting tweets based on the user ID, and for a replication, it's like copying the same data across multiple server, prevent data loss, and also Google Cloud replicate data for backup. That the concept from the sharding and also replication. The simple one is like sharding. It will divide the large database across multiple server or being to several nodes. But replication is like replicating of like copying the same database across multiple server. For the example, is like Google and also the Twitter, right? And then now the additional is like about the scalability, refer a system availability to handle an increasing amount of data, user of workload efficiency to ensure smooth performance as data grows. Fault tolerant is like ability of the system to continue function despite hardware or software failures. Maksudnya adalah value tolerance ini dia masih bisa untuk menghandle sistem dan tetap berfungsi meskipun ada hardware ataupun software yang mengalami kegagalan ataupun problem seperti itu. And choosing the right shape model based on the application. So this is the several example. Is like for the CV, it's like stock trading system. Transaction must be consistent, like downtime in better than incorrect trends. And also for the AP is like availability and also the particular partition tolerance. For example, it's like real-time ads bidding. Ads must be served quickly. Online banking system is like CV. Fund transfer must be accurate and consistent even if the line. And also e-commerce order processing availability is critical to keep sales running smoothly. Different between batch and also batch processing and the stream processing. Um, Batch processing is like process data in about after a period of time, not instantly. Payroll processing is like salaries calculated and paid in the end of the month when the real-time update are not need, but large amount of data must be processed efficiently. And how about the Stream processing is like process data instantly. It arrives in the real time. Fraud detection and also bank transaction check immediately. Suspicious activity when real time insight immediately respond are required. And advantages and also advantages from the batch processing is like cost efficient, handle large volume, better for historical analytics, delay insight not suitable for the real-time interaction. And advantages and disadvantages from the stream processing is like real-time insight, better user experience, detect trend immediately, but more expensive, require complex infrastructure and also potential data inconsistency. Tips is like basic batch processing is process later but cheap but slow. Stream processing is processing now but fast but costly. And also this is like several case that using for the batch and so stream for stream processing is like it's live streaming comment and reaction on YouTube, and also batch processing weekly summary of social media platforms like marketing report, and also analysis gives comprehensive insight, and also detecting fake news. This is also the stream. Quick action is required to prevent misinformation, and also for batch processing is like user behavior prediction for targeting ads. Um, a reason is like analyzing large historical data sets more effective. And now we talk about the MapReduce. MapReduce is like framework that used to process a large database dataset in distribute environment. So means that MapReduce is like framework that we can use to process large dataset uh, in a distributed environment. The best is like map and also reduce. Format is like input the splitting, divide large data into smaller chunks, mapping, convert data into key value pairs, shuffling, group identical key together, reducing like shortens values and computes result, and also output storage like save final result. For example, here we can see that we have data like deer, beer, river, car, river, deer, car, and beer. So we can split the data being three words like this. So we divide to three, and after that we can mapping. Mapping means that where is the how much the data is like deer one, and then beer one, river one, and others. And after that we can shuffle. Shuffle means that we can combine in being to like beer and a car deal, but we still put one. And after shuffle we will reducing is like we total the word, how much the word like total. So this one will like beer 2 and car 3, beer 3 and river 2. And then the final we will like beer to a card three and beer to and river to, like that. And case study for MapReduce is like in the search engine indexing web page. Google use MapReduce to process and index billion of web pages efficient. And also for retail and e-commerce, like analyzing customer behavior, Amazon pressure purchase history to recommended product. And the healthcare healthcare is like analyzing medical record. Hospital process large patient data sets for disease pattern detection. And now we will talk about the Lambda architecture, like advantages and disadvantages of mutable and immutable data in a Lambda architecture. Mutable data means that data can be changed after creation or modification of update the same memory location. Advantages is like save memory faster for update, but this is advantages is like risky chance bugs in multi-threading. And about immutable data, data cannot be changed after creation or new data is created when modified. The advantages is like safer, easy to debug, but use more memory and also slower for updates. Evaluating Lambda architecture for financial fraud detection. potential benefit is like real-time fraud detection in the speed layer, process transaction instantly, detecting fraud as it happen, and also historical analysis for pattern. The base layer store past transaction to that data to the identify suspicious trend over time. But the challenging is like latency in batch processing. Latency means that the more duplicate data, fraud pattern take time to analyze in the batch layer, the lying long-term insight, and also the challenge is like complexity of managing multiple layer, maintaining batch speed and serving layer requires skill engineer and additional infrastructure. How about the optimization to enhance the performance? We can use the streaming analysis like Flink or Kafka Stream to reduce the batch processing delay and also improve the real-time fraud protection. And how about the optimized data storage like Percure or RCC, ORC format like compressing and structured data, improve retrieval speed and reduce storage over here. Layer in Lambda architecture, there is three like base layer. Base layer is store past data and process in the bulk for accuracy like Hadoop, DFC, and Apache, Spark, Amazon, and speed layer like process real time instantly, but result may be less accurate. For example, it's like Apache Kafka, Apache Flink, Apache Storm, and also for serving layer. For serving layer is like stores and combine both beds and also real-time data for the fast queries. For example, it's like Apache Cassandra, HBase, and also Elasticsearch. Lambda architectures is like batch processing and real-time processing for big data analysis. Lambda architecture for follow three principle is like immutable separation of processing and fault tolerant. Immutable data is like one data stored, data is never modified. Separation of processing is like batch and speed layer process data independently, so it will be separate. And also fault tolerant is like the system can recover from the failures using redundant data storage. So this is the big data that we talk about. This one, we talk about the how to big data can using for big data analysis. So I think that's all for today. Thank you so much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.